Alright, so what's up guys? Not much. Currently, we've already got the car lowered. I'm pretty sure you guys know about that. Got our coilovers on, got a good gap. Maybe about 1 finger distance between there. But the only problem is, these tires are sticking out a lot. Pretty sure you guys can see that right there. And we don't, I mean, I'd like to run it a little, get the fender out a little bit more instead of running the, the Mexi flush look. So, I mean, I know they're wide, and I know it's probably going to be a drag car or something like that, but we're not too worried about it. So what I'm going to try to do is at least jack the car up and maybe see if I can space the fender out some and maybe roll the rest, because we still have to cut our hole for our wastegate to come out of the hood too. So I didn't want to like cut the hole for the wastegate and still try to move and modify the fender some. So I guess what we'll do now is we'll go ahead and jack the car up and we'll see what we got. Alright, so got our wheel off, got our fender looking good, but right now we need to, I'll go ahead and remove this mud flap, take the bolts out of that, and then go ahead and take my inner fender out. They're just little, can you see that right there? Yeah, just little push clips. You take the little clips out on the fender liner. I normally recommend most guys, if you're on the street, make sure you run fender liners, but then again, like on my RSX, I have the fender liner still in there, but for like this car, I mean, it's got a hood exit, so it probably won't see the rain, but just for, we'll just take them out. Alright. So, fender liner's out. There's a little screw on the bottom right there. That's the screw right here. Yeah, that'll actually disconnect the fender once you disconnect all that stuff, so the fender's pretty free now. So what I'm going to try to do now is move the fender, like pull the fender out some, but at the same time, I don't know if you guys can see this. This bracket right here. I'm going to try to push this bracket out. I'm going to heat this bracket up right here a little bit and heat the fender up right here, so to see if I can move the fender out some, and then still, that will bring the whole fender towards me. Because now, if I space this out a little bit at the bottom, I can move this out a little bit, and then I don't have to run the stupid flare shits, because I don't really want to run flares, to be honest with you guys. So I'd rather my fender come down and maybe just bulge a little bit versus it coming down and then like sticking out trying to cover the wheel, because that's not going to work. So if I can move the fender out some, I can just kind of roll the fender, and then it'll just, I can roll the rest. Because once I roll this inner lip in the fender with the fender roller, I might can get it around the wheel. So I'm going to go ahead and jack it back down right now and see where it sits, and I guess we'll see. Alright, so the car's back on the ground. This is where we originally were with the fender. I mean, I've been pulling on it a little bit since I brought the car, to be honest with you. But they normally do sit in a lot farther than this, but this is kind of what happens when you unbolt the back of the fender. See how much like wheel gap we have right here sticking out? When we unbolt the fender some, we can pull this out, and then that might just give us just enough clearance to go ahead and start rolling the rest of this fender around to go ahead and get the front. And once I get the front disconnected, I'm going to go ahead and heat the front up some, and then that will pull this front out. Let's see. Yeah, because see, this is how it normally is, and then once I start pulling the front out, we can keep pulling it out, but I'm going to heat it up first so I don't crack anything. But yeah, you see what I mean though? As we pull the fender out some, we can get the fender to go around the wheel, and that will give us some more clearance. And two, there's a really big like lip on the inside of this fender, but once I'll probably get a fender roller. My boy's got one. Get the fender roller and get rid of this inner lip on the fender. And yeah, there might be a little space behind the fender, but I mean, a lot of guys are gonna be like, I don't know if I like the fender's gap space in, but I mean, at the same time, what's my other choice? My other choice is to either go spend like $500-600 on over fenders. That's $500-600. Get them painted, and then cut my fenders up, get them riveted on. I'm looking at $1,200 job. $1,200 versus $6 and a torch to heat up that inside and bend it out. And then you can rent fender rollers for free. So, I mean, I think this is a cheaper idea. I mean, maybe we'll get something in the future, but I mean, $1,200 compared to about $6 and $10, I can't justify the money. So, all right, so let's go ahead and probably run to the hardware store. I might get a spacer for this to hold me out, and then I'll probably go get the torch from up front and torch this out, and we'll be back once I get the torch and start bending this out, and then we'll see how we do. All right, and then too, the good thing is once I pull this out some, I can actually lower the car a lot more, because right now the fender is going to like hit the wheel if I just drop the car down right now. But if I move the fender out some here, I can lower the car down some more too. So I might lower the car down some more too once I finish this up. So, all right, let's keep it rolling. Okay, so ran up to the hardware store. This is what I came up with just in my head. Hopefully this works. But yeah, so I took this, I got a bolt, and then I got a washer, which is going to go on the outside of the fender. The fender is going to go in here somewhere. I can adjust the fender where I want it yet, because I'm not sure where I want the fender yet, because I haven't even like rolled it or anything yet. And then I have another nut, and then I have this washer, and then that goes into the factory frame. And then I have this is basically a lock nut, so I can adjust this bolt in and out however I need it. So I got it on the car right now, and this is kind of how it is. It's factory, but now I can adjust it till about maybe here if I need to. I have all the way out to here, but I don't need the fender that wide. I just need it kind of like just to clear out a little bit. The gap isn't too bad on the back side here. It might just be about like that. I think that's all I probably need, which is maybe just honestly about a finger gap. So, I mean, that's not too bad. That's better than spending $1,200 on some fenders. So if I can move it out just about like that, maybe, I think it'll be okay. Like, yeah, probably just about like that. That's not too bad. So I have this bolt down here, and this is my adjustment part where I don't know where I'm gonna put it yet, but I mean, at least we can figure it out and move it, and then start to roll the fenders. And then I'm gonna start pulling the front out up here too, because right now, I guess you can see, I can get the back where I need it, because I got lots of adjustment in the back. I just need to work on the front right now and pull this front out. Go ahead and bolt this in and start rolling the front and pulling it out. So then we can get the wheel under there, and then we are A100. So let's go ahead and start on the front. We're getting there, little by little. Alright guys, so spaced the front so far. Actually, how I spaced the front, I just took this I guess OEM jack, and just stuck it in the fender on the inside and just kept spinning it till it pushed it out. So that's about as easy as it gets. But as you can see here, I got a pretty good amount of it tucked. I mean, it used to be like way in here, but now it's sitting, I mean, I'm pretty sure I can roll this lip just a little bit more to get it on the outside. Like if we set the camera about here, and then I'm gonna roll on to the other side to show you guys. Is that focused? Yeah, okay, so it's not bad. I think I can roll the rest of it with the fender roller, but let's fade in the other side right now. Okay, so I went to about from this, which is a pretty good amount of poke, to this. And that's not too bad, I'd say. I think we can, I really think I can roll the fender. I just need to get the fender roller and then go ahead and roll the rest, but I think it should fit okay. I'm gonna go ahead and knock out the other side right now, but I think I think I can tuck that. So once I get the fender roller, we'll go ahead and keep it going. Alright, and here's the passenger side spaced out a little bit. I spaced out the front a little bit more than the rear on, the front a little bit more on this side, but I still got room to play with. So I mean, I can see the middle is not as pushed out as on the driver's side, but I'm pretty sure the fender roller will get the rest of this. So we still got a little bit. And then too, actually I got a lot of wheel gap when I, when I spaced the fender out. So I'll probably drop the car a little bit more once I get the fender roller on there and everything. So we're still working on it little by little, so we'll see.